Hi everybody, welcome back to Triple J Comics. It's Peter here, your Ginger Geordie Geek. So, today I'm making a video that I didn't really want to make, and I'm sure it's going to cause a bit of hassle in the comments, and I'm bound to get a few thumbs down. And that is, I'm going to look at the last 35 book submission I did to CGC, and talk a little bit about some of the issues I've had with it. Now, let us just get off the belt by saying I'm not normally a complainer. I don't moan. I'm British, so we tend to complain about very little. But I think it's worth us pointing out some of the issues I've had with this latest submission. Again, just to be very clear, I'm a big CGC fan. I CGC a lot of books. I like CGC. I like the cases. But there's no getting away from the fact that there's been a few problems highlighted lately in the YouTube community. And unfortunately, from my 35 book submission, I've also had a few issues. This isn't a bashing video about CGC. This is merely pointing out some of the issues that I've had, and you can go away and make your own minds up beyond that. You can decide whether you want to continue supporting CGC or not. That's completely up to you. This video is basically to tell you a little bit about some of the issues that I've had during my last submission. I'm not going to talk about the things that I've classed as minor. What I'm going to talk about are the books that I'm sending back via Scots, because luckily Scots facilitated my signing for us, so all the hassle's taken out of it. So I'm not going to talk about the books that I've decided to keep. So for example, if you've watched some of my previous videos, link up above here, you'll know that a couple of my books came back with hairs in them. While it's not exactly pleasant, I cannot say that that's a big problem for me. I can live with that rather than send those books back. So I'm going to live with those ones, I think. I think in total, when I went back through my books, I had 3 books with hairs in them. That's not a big issue, is it? But it's something that's easily fixed. Surely CGC can pick that one up pretty easily. Hair nets or something like that, I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about those ones. I am going to talk about books that I've had to send back. Now, again, CGC seems to be a really emotive topic. There seem to be people who defend them very passionately, and what they'll probably say is, well, you know, big company like CGC, there's bound to be a few errors, and actually, you know what, you're going to send them back and CGC will fix them. Well, yeah, I agree with that. CGC hopefully will fix these books free of charge to us, but I guess what I would say to that is, it is a big company, but I'm paying for a service, so I would expect a decent service. And also, you know, I've waited 4 months for these books, so to send them back, I don't know if they get fast-tracked or whatever, I'm going to be waiting probably a few more months. That's not a good quality service as far as I'm concerned. And yes, people will say, well, don't do it. Well, that's not really the point, is it? You know what I mean? I would hope that by doing videos like this, CGC realise that there's a bit of an issue and start to pick up on the customer support or the final checks or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's just crack on. So, 35 books submitted, 3 came back with hairs in them that I'm not going to worry about. I'm happy with those. I'm not going to complain about grading because I'm not a grader. That's why I send them to CGC. I rely on their expertise. First book that I've got an issue with is this one, which is Strange Tales 135. Lovely copy, really nice book. Unfortunately, it has come back with, as you can see there, I'll put some pictures up, shattered case on the bottom corner. Now, I have to be honest and fair, that might not be CGC's issue. That might be a shipping issue. I do know that this particular shipment where this one was damaged in, potentially, was with FedEx, and the attempted delivery, I say attempted delivery, they told me it was in the van for 6 consecutive days, without attempting delivery on each of those days. Now, I don't know if FedEx unload and reload the van each night. I would imagine they would. So there's a chance these have been damaged in transport, and it's not even CGC's fault. But I'm mentioning it anyway. So that's cracked case right in the bottom, going for a recasing. Next one is Strange Tales 169, first appearance of Brother Voodoo. Again, this one's got a shattered bottom corner in the same place as this book. I guess what I would also add to that is these were packaged by Scots Collectibles, and Scots Collectibles packed them absolutely superbly. I've looked at the box, I've looked at the packaging, there's no damage, there's no dint. So I guess we just don't know where that damage occurred. But give them the benefit of the doubt, that could have happened in transport, I guess. So that's 2 smashed cases. Number 3, hate this one, hate it, is my Purple Label Fantastic 452. I say I hate it because I didn't expect it to come back Purple Label. Again, that's not CGC's fault. But what it does have is what seems to be a fairly common occurrence now with CGC books. You see this a lot, which is a little chunk of plastic. Trying to get it so you can see it. See it just there. A little chunk of plastic wedged in the case against the book. I don't know where these are coming from. I've seen lots of videos with books with people with these bits of plastic in. Again, does it cause a massive issue? I just don't know. The reason I'm sending it back is, in my mind, I'm thinking a little bit of plastic rubbing against the book, is that going to cause some damage? But I don't know. So sadly, bit of plastic, got to get it sent back. Next book is Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel. Again, quite a nice book, 8.5. And this one, again, has come back with a chunk of plastic. You might not be able to see that there. I'll put some pictures up. But basically, another chunk of plastic in the case. So that's 2 chunks of plastic now. So far, out of 35 books, we've had 3 with hairs in them, 2 with cracked cases, 2 with chunks of plastic. The last one is the real kicker for us, and this is my pride and joy, my Marvel Celebrates Stan Lee, 9.8, absolutely ecstatic with that grade. Didn't notice it when I first got it out. Now I've checked my my presser's photos that he sends us, and this has definitely happened at CGC. There's some kind of black mark, you can see it there, in the case. Now, interestingly, when you look at it from the side, it looks like it's on the inside of the hard plastic, but also on the outside of the internal plastic. Does that make sense? So on the inside of the hard case, but on the external of the plastic case, and you can see it's moving between the two and sticking to them. So I've got no idea what that is. It might be a bit of ink. I just don't know. My big fear is that it's on the inside of the internal plastic and it's actually on the book itself. If that's the case, I really don't know what happens here, and please put something in the comments if you know, because that was graded a 9.8. If it's got a black mark on the back, is that going to detract from the grade? I just don't know. Send it back to CGC, see what they say about it. So for me, that's a killer, an absolute killer. Hopefully it will be replaced without issue. I just don't know. I'm just going to have to wait and see. So all in all, what do I think? Well, from 35 books, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From 35 books, I've got 8 books that have come back with issues. Yes, 3 of those issues were hairs. You can argue either way with that one. Maybe I'm too laid back. Perhaps some of you guys watching this would still send them back for a hair. I don't know. 2 cracked cases potentially happened in transport, although I would say Scott's packaging is absolutely bomb-proof. They use, try to see if I've got any, no, I've got any lying around. I have. They use some of this kind of foam packaging, and then they use the foam packaging around the outsides of the books as well. This stuff. So, and there's no damage to the box. Now, I don't know how CGC shipped them to Scott's. So God knows when they've been damaged. So that's 2 broken cases. We've then got 2 with bits of plastic in, and that's the ones I've found. I have had a good look over the case, but what I would say is I was recently selling a copy of NYX3, which I had graded about 1.5 years ago. And when I come to sell it, I've noticed there's a bit of plastic in the cover of that as well, that I just didn't see at the time. So that's a bit of a concern. I might have to go back through and look through all my old boxes. And then the last one, which is the real killer for us, is this Stan Lee book and this bit of whatever on earth that is at the back. So That's not too good, is it, really? Now, I know, like I said, there's lots of CGC supporters out there. I'm one of them. I like CGC. But I don't think anyone can argue that 8 out of 35 books is a bit of a concern. I know CGC's been bought recently. I really hope that they're going to start looking at some of the quality control issues, because 8 out of 35 to me is quite worrying, particularly when you're sending high value books. So let us know what you think. Stick something in the comments below. Let us know whether you think I'm just twisting for twisting's sake. Let us know whether you've had issues. And let's all hope that CGC starts to improve on some of these issues, and we'll start to see less of these videos around, because nobody likes to twist, do they, really? We all want our books back in good nick and one piece, really. So sorry it's been a bit of a downer video, but I did just think it would be worth us telling you what's happened from those 35 books. I will put a video up later on down the line of when these books come back to see if CGC have managed to correct the problems for us. If they have, that's great. That's all I want. We'll just have to see how long that takes. Okie dokie. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you've liked it. I have no doubt lots of you will put thumbs down because I've been negative about CGC. But here we go. Thanks very much. Bye bye now.